Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video from Radio 1.
Hey, welcome to the night shift. This is the Celebrity Check-In, and I am Sharma Ji. Well, I'm going to be talking about a movie that was just released. I saw it, I loved it. But you know, my bigger question is, I don't know how he does it. Yeah? How does he do it? I mean, literally, he's been running a master class for the past 27 years. Yes, I saw him first in the year 1994. Then I again saw him in a film 1998. Both these films, he was playing, well, a goon, negative characters, but still extremely lovable. And then came a film which was called Shul, and then they kind of told, and it was announced as the modern version of the film Zanjeer. And after that, of course, there was no looking back. You know, I've been fortunate that I've seen most of his films. And of course, in the last few years, I've also been fortunate to know him as a friend. I always ask him this question when I meet him, ki acting ka king kaun? He's modest. He doesn't give that reply. But my answer still is, Manoj Bajpayee. Put your hands together for the one and only Manoj Bajpayee. Woohoo! Aye, aye.
Thank you. Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you very much for all the love.
So, Manoj, I will still ask you the same question. Acting ka king kaun?
Mr. Amitabh Bachchan and Mr. Nasruddin Shah, late Mr. Dilip Kumar.
Really, his answer does not change. But Manoj, really heartiest congratulations for all the fantastic work that you've done. And the last 3 years or the last 2 years, I mean, if there is one actor who has risen above every film of his, every role of his, it's you. How does it feel?
Oh, no, it feels great when you get your admiration and get all the love from the audience. This is what matters at the end of the day, because we all love telling our stories, and I personally love to be part of those great stories, and those great visions of those remarkable directors. Acting is my love. I'm madly in love with this craft of what's called acting. You know, I so it's fascinating. It's fascinating for me because every time when we are preparing and the process is on, Gaurav, that process is far more exhilarating for me the than the actual film or the actual performance that people get to see. Because in the process, the character is just not there. Just read the script, you're reading it again, and you're trying to build uh, um, uh, a house brick by brick. You're trying to see the character with your own eyes, in your own mind. When you start seeing that character, that is the beginning of the formation of the character. And when we start seeing it, that is the happiness that we feel as an actor is, it actually knows no bound after that.
But when tell me, when do you start seeing that character? You must be getting that eureka moment a lot earlier, right? Because after
A
that,
lot earlier. I mean, it, yeah, you're right. There are, with every film comes, its own challenges. As I said, earlier, that sometime when I just finished reading it for the first time, I see the character.
wow.
You know, then sometime I'm not seeing it at all. The process goes on, and the shoot day is coming close, and suddenly, one day I'm on the treadmill, and suddenly I see it. You know, and sometimes you see it after 4 days. Sometimes you see it just on the last day. Sometimes you see it just when you're doing it in front of the camera. So yeah, I mean, each and every character comes with its own, challenging process. Uh, and this is exactly what I enjoy. I enjoy the process more than anything else. As I said, earlier, that I'm just in love with this craft. It's so unpredictable.
But
It is
tell me,
it
has
is
that changed? Has that changed? I mean, was this whole I know that cinema has changed. I know that the kind of people that you're working with right now, even the entire production of a film, it's a lot more professional. That's what I get to hear. It's a lot more out there.
Right.
Was the same process there in the 90s, or do you find a different process now?
I, we uh, I didn't get a script for Satya, but yes, we we get a I got a flow of the film, okay, from Anurag Kashyap and Mr. Ram Gopal Verma. I got a flow, a brief flow of the film. The moment I got the flow, I was at the liberty of you know uh, of creating the character and surprising them in front of the camera. The dialogues can be anything. Once the character is in my body, once I saw the character, once I worked on every aspect of it, uh, the character was far more clear to me, to deal with any kind of scene which was, given to me on the day of the shoot. So that was a different way of doing things. So we actually used to prepare in a very different way when we were not getting the script. But we prepare in a very different way when since the time we started getting scripts. So now the script is right in front of me. Now I will go through it again and again, and I always tell my fellow actors or the actors who are attending my workshop that the script is your Bible. Every answer is hidden there. You just need to go through it again and again and then keep flipping through. You will keep getting your answers. And the moment you get your answer, note it down on the back of the
Wow.
page. Keep noting it down. And when you keep doing that, you keep forming the character. Seeing the character becomes very, very easy and possible at the same time. So my process, you were asking, this this is a this is a tedious process. This is so unglamorous. This is something that audience is not interested because they want to see the outcome. So my director is also not that much interested. He's there to answer your question, but he wants you to work on the character and come in front of the camera. How you do it, it's up to you. I do it my way, and till now it has been working. Till now, my directors mostly have been very very happy with the way I have been, uh, giving them the outcome. So the outcome is directors, what you call directors priority. The outcome has to be good. It should be according to his vision. But at the same time, how to get given the outcome? It can't happen just on the day of the shoot. You have to be preparing. You have to be reading the script as many times as possible and prepare the backstory, prepare the characterization, prepare all the notes. So when you're doing a scene, you're going back into the van and flipping through and just just looking at the notes that you have made. Sometimes I just make the mental notes. Sometimes I just make the mental notes, and I'm always reminded of those notes whenever I'm doing that scene. Also, Gaurav, what happens that if I'm shooting scene number 20 today, what happened before scene number 20 and what is happening after scene number 20
Yeah.
is very important. It's
Yep.
very, very important. So I just can't be, doing that scene in separation. You have to, you really need to know where the character is coming from and where he is going. So the making the graph, the consistency, these are very, very crucial things for an actor. So there are too many things going on
Of course, of
when
course.
you're performing.
Tell me, I want to talk about obviously Dial 100 in specific, but since we are talking about characters, and I know that you're a huge movie buff, I just want you to tell me anything, off the top of your mind, characters in films, both Bollywood as well as Hollywood, that come to your mind that you've been really impressed with.
If I tell you the truth, I mean, I keep watching films
Of
from
course.
Malayalam, from Tamil,
Yeah.
from Hollywood, from the European, Australian, or South Korea. Uh, but sure, one film and which actually completely enthralled me and uh, thrown me off uh, uh, is Irishman by Scorsese. And not many actors talk about it. Not many directors talk about that film, and I wonder why. because they should really get back to that film and see how is it possible for uh, De Niro and Pacino and Joe Pesci to really grow at this age, to really reinvent themselves and to be mad and desperate about, evolving as actors at this age. They have done it. They have ruled. They have given, new grammars of acting to the world, but they are still evolving. I mean, at this age, I have seen that film twice just to see their method, just to understand the new tricks and new elements in their method that they try to incorporate in. It's amazing. For every actor, I think it's a masterclass that you watch Irishman as many times as possible.
And no wonder it won so many awards, right? I mean, it was a slightly offbeat film. It wasn't one of
Right.
those typical commercial box office films. So people did
No,
question, right? There were a lot of brickbats as to how did this film, win so many
right.
awards. But you're right. It's a master class in terms of filmmaking. What about if
Right.
I look at closer to home? Any film within the country that comes to your mind which you thought had fabulous characters?
But definitely, I mean, I, lately I saw Serious Man of Sudhir Mishra ji, and Nawaz, in the manner Nawaz performed that character, it's really, really impressed. It and Nawaz I love as an actor. In the manner he's mad about his craft. And similarly, for that reason that I love him. The emotional intelligence of Nawaz is something which is which is which is so soothing to me, which is so um, it gives me so much happiness that here is an actor whose emotional intelligence is far superior to anyone, and in the way that he performed a few of the sequences in Sudhir Mishra's film Serious Man is something to learn from. So I have seen that film. I learned a lot from Nawaz in that film. Even for that matter, I would say, uh, be it Pankaj or Jaideep in Patal Lok or KK Menon in Special Ops. These are the great performances. These are fantastic performances. These people are showcasing their art and craft so well, and they are using this medium to their advantage. Uh, so these and they are getting successful with the projects that they are touching and working in. These are the things I learned from them.
Wow, thank you so much. But congratulations to you too. There is Ray. There is a different role that you had in Suraj Pe Mangal Bhari. There is Family Man, which has gone through so much, and really people have loved it. Usually people say कि यार sequel में उतना मजा नहीं आता, but this one outdid even the first, and now of course
Yeah.
Dial 100. I need you to tell me about this movie. Now it's the whole movie is around that one call that happens, and of course how it kind of turns the entire evening, the entire night. It's about parents, it's about law and order, it's about cops. It's a drama, it's a thriller. I want to ask you, on your phone, who are the top 5 people you would call for help? Apart
Ah,
from family, apart from family.
yeah, apart from family, definitely apart from family. Um, there are so many. There are so many actually. I can, I can call Vineet Kumar, who is a very dear friend of mine, is an actor. I can call. There are so many actually. I can call. There is Anand Kumar. He's a director. All of them live nearby. So so I have to, and I can call my manager.
Of course, of course.
Tripathi ji. Tripathi ji, he's always very helpful. Then I can call my doctor, Dr. Agarwal. I call him, I torture him all the time. Uh, so yeah, there are so many people. There are so many people. All of them live nearby, and they always come to help me. Or
Okay, and
it, I go to help anybody. I mean, the other day uh, a girl has called up. She was going through some problem, and I had to get some help to her. And I met her only twice, but she somewhere thought very sweetly of me that Manoj sir can help. I helped her. So this is the way this. We live in a society with the help can come from somewhere. We should not hesitate. We should always call the person and find help.
If you could put that one person who's an influencer or a celebrity or anyone, someone in an important post on that list, who would it be?
I mean, celebrity people are not my very close friends. So because I usually work and just vanish. Then John Abraham, definitely, he's a dear friend. So I know that I can really call him anytime. Uh, he is somebody that I can trust uh, with with any kind of a help.
No, and absolutely, you said it right. He's, by the way, I mean, I can show you my phone. He's on my ICE list too, and he's just a fantastic person. And of course, you worked with him,
Right.
in the film and Satyamev Jayate, and it did so well. But I want to know, through your life, is there any one phone call that you will never forget? Something that someone called you or you called someone. I mean, something memorable. It is a phone call that you remember with.
I remember, those days we used to have pager. Okay, you remember?
Of
So
course.
I got a message on my pager, which I mean I was still struggling. I was working in TV, and I got this message on the pager said, call me urgently, Mahesh Bhatt. And I, first of all, I thought there must be some other Mahesh Bhatt who has just sent a number to me. But I dialed the number from a PCO, the local phone booth,
Yeah, yeah.
with lot of apprehension. कि ये वही है या कोई दूसरा है. So I called him up and I said, he picked up the phone. I said, what's up? Uh, मैं मनोज वाजपेयी बोल रहा हूँ. And he said, oh Manoj, आइए आइए, just come to my place. So he sent me his house address, and I went over to his place. And he got up and he hugged me. He said, I've seen few scenes of yours in Swaziland. You are one of the best actors of this country that I have seen since a long time. I am going to give you work. And he gave me work in Tamanna. And he gave me a chance to be with him, you know, drive with him anywhere. He used to hold my hand and take me everywhere. So yeah, I mean, uh, that call or that message has completely it has given me a lot of strength and confidence to stay in this city. And this is what he said. I know, looking at you, that you are planning to go back. Am I right? I said yes, you are right, because I'm not getting. I don't want to go on doing this because I don't like it. This is not for what I'm here in this city. He said, don't go back. This city will give you so much that you can't even imagine. And he helped me. He helped me in staying back. Uh, so I can never forget that.
Wow, touch wood, really. Have you ever called, have you ever dialed 100?
Never actually, Gaurav. Uh, actually, never I have called a hundred number. Uh, maybe because anyone who needed help, I went there to help. Maybe when I needed help, there were people there to help me. So or suppose once I saw an accident in Delhi, immediately I went to stop the car and went across the road to help the person, and got many people to help the person. So mm, usually you dial on this number when you have nobody to help. Okay. So fortunately for me that there were always people to help me, and I was there for them.
Is there anyone you
Yeah.
admire? Anyone, one cop that you really admire?
Oh, there are many. I'm such good friends with so many people, so many superintendent of police, uh, and so many district magistrates, and so many senior inspectors and SHOs, like Oshiwara SHO, or the police station. admirable about these people that, they go on about their duty 24 hours.
It's true.
We have, after our job, there is always a cutoff time. We kind of, withdraw ourselves from a daily work, and we go back to our place, or we sit with our friends, or sit with the family. We still have that luxury. The police people don't. The administration doesn't have that luxury.
Mm.
They can't withdraw themselves completely. And
True.
this is what, this is what really surprises me about them. That even a constable doesn't have that luxury of withdrawing himself. And this is where, my respect and regard for them, it goes much, too many notches higher.
But isn't that common, Manoj? I mean, on a different level, but I mean, it's the same with people who are in the entertainment industry. You can never let your guard down. Yeah, I mean, even for law and order people, they can never let their guard down. They can never be seen as having a good time, because then they will be trolled, and then it sends the wrong message to the. I mean, it shouldn't be, but there are people who are there to do that. And likewise with our industry, right? I mean,
The now everyone is empowered with a mobile.
yes.
Okay. And when we have that kind of a power, we very few people can really digest it. Okay. So the when power you can't digest, then the toxicity comes out. Okay. So the first thing that you want to do is to take out your frustration on somebody else, take out your jealousy on somebody else, take out your insecurity on somebody else. And who is at the receiving end? At the receiving ends are we, the soft target, because entertain people who are into this industry, they are the people who are harmless.
Yeah.
So you can abuse us, you can troll us, knowing that will not harm you. You can't troll and abuse a policeman. You know that they will come chasing you. They'll be at your doorstep. They'll be at your doorstep. So you are basically a coward who is trolling and abusing people who are harmless.
Yeah, yeah. Great. Thanks, Manoj. Coming to the last question, because it is a radio show. We do play music, and my show is about the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I do want to ask you any artists from the 70s, 80s, and 90s that are your favorite?
I know, so you'll be surprised. I mean, yes, Michael Jackson was all-time favorite. I came from my village, and got into Delhi University, where all the students were only listening to the English song, and they used to educate me about those singers. So the Paul Anka, Eric Clapton, uh, and Michael Jackson. And then the all-time favorite is Elvis Presley. It's my God, I don't know where that man, that voice, and that singing, where it all came from. I do, and later on I started appreciating Bruce Springsteen, or Prince, or Queen, for that matter.
But your hairstyle right now reminds me of Elvis Presley. I don't know if I'm so tempted to ask you to break into give me 2 lines of an Elvis Presley song. Any song, it'll be such a delight for all the 3 million Radio 1.
What is that song?
Can't Help Falling in Love, or Jailhouse Rock, or
but the lyrics is something that I find very hard to.
This is recorded. I'll give you the lyrics.
Yeah.
So wise men say only fools.
Oh my God. Yeah, I can hum with you. There are too many. There is Sting. I was still remember when I was in Paris. I went there with the cultural exchange group, and I was doing a play there. I was attending workshop in Paris. That was the first time I was introduced to Sting. Okay. Yeah. So many. I mean, what was that song?
Every breath you
that
take.
Was very famous. Every breath you take, every move you make, every breath you take. Every
You take
I'll be watching you. Oh,
Oh, can't you see you
you
belong
belong
to
to
me?
me.
How
Oh,
my
my
poor
poor heart
heart
aches.
with every
Yeah,
lovely. Thank you
yeah.
so much, Manoj. Thank you so much. I will call you later. ये कर दीजिए. I'm going to request everyone to take a screenshot. ये तो करना ही
ये
है
कर
सर.
दिया, and Dial 100 is being loved by the audience there, and audience Zindabad.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, then subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss out on more content.